So useful tools. I said there is a couple of beautiful tools out there. One is Memrise, and the SRS stands for Spaced Repetition System. So whether you like Memrise and use it or not, I don't care. Whatever you use needs to use a spaced repetition system, which is a very simple idea. It's a box of 5 or 6 compartments, and the first compartment is where you put all the new words you look at today. And once you look at them and you guess them right, then they come into the second one. The second one you check every other day. Yeah, so the second one gets fuller and fuller. And once you check the second one and you get it right, it goes into the next compartment where you put the words that you will review in 7 days, and so on and so on. A month, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. So Memrise does this excellently, and you can also on Memrise sort out the words that are so easy for you that you don't really want to bother having them in that little box. And it's a virtual box, so it doesn't take any space. It's the so-called Leitner principle. You can look that up. Leitner, like Leitner. But you will find that if you look up SRS vocabulary. And I love Memrise. I'll show you in a minute for its simplicity. Readlang is a wonderful software made by a very engaged young man who, I'm not sure who he works for, either Duolingo or Memrise. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to further work on Readlang. So I decided to create my own version of Readlang, where I eliminate all the unnecessary stuff and also tailor it to Smarter German's needs. Yeah, Readlang allows you to work with any text on the internet and also many, many other languages. I'm not interested in other languages. I'm interested in German. I can't show you anything yet. We are not there yet. It's halfway ready, but we are getting there. But until then, you can use Readlang. It's very affordable, $5 a month, but you can also try it for free for a while. But it's really totally worth the money. If you work with my course, you do not necessarily need it, but maybe it appeals to you and you want to try it. Smarter German is, of course, a very useful tool. So my courses make use of Memrise. We use that still, but Readlang we don't make use of, but I will soon have a tool that makes them both redundant and is fully integrated into all of my courses. But give us another 3 months. Now let's take a look at Memrise quickly. Memrise is a one-click solution. There's many things to click on, but actually the only button you need to click on a desktop, but also on a mobile, there's one button that says review or learn or speed review. You just click on that and then it shows you the right thing. Either you learn a word, and here I gave you an example of a multiple choice task, and it just looks beautiful. On a computer, you just click a couple of buttons. It's very fast, very intuitive, beautifully designed. And it comes with audio, of course, which here I have recorded. Yeah. And you see here, that's an exercise where you hear the audio and you have to decide what you have heard. Also very lovely. Another exercise there is a little transcription exercise. You hear something, you type it. There's many, many different variants of these two exercises, but it's mainly multiple choice and, of course, transcription or writing. And it's a beautiful software. And you see it's a beta version, so it looks much smoother than normally, but basically that covers it. Readlang, though, looks like this. So I uploaded the text we just talked about. Readlang allows you to upload any text privately there. If you upload my text there publicly, you get into trouble because the texts are all copyrighted. And you cannot, it's not only with my text, with any text there. So if you upload any text there, be careful that you honor the copyright of anything that you upload there, because they also allow you to share. But if you do it privately, like in this window, you can work through the text and you can highlight individual parts or full sentences. I always took full sentences. And it will give you a proper translation, very likely connected to Google Translate. You can also connect it to other dictionaries. If you just look up one word, a single word, you might get a different meaning. Yeah, let's say scheinen means it seems. The first translation would always be to shine. But let's say it also means to seem. So you wouldn't say the sun seems. It's very unlikely that that makes sense. But the moment you highlight die Sonne scheint as a combination, yeah, it's something that belongs together, this software will give you the proper translation, which is a gift. It's beautiful. But it doesn't only do that. Any word you highlight here, or any sentence you highlight here, it will copy automatically into your word list, and you can practice these words in your word list with this little vocabulary trainer. Unfortunately, it's rather basic, and yeah, we will do this a little bit more appealing to the eye and the soul, but it does the job. And you see also they give you an example here on top. It says Simone. They give you the sentence in which you have highlighted it. And that's perfect. The only thing that's missing, well, there is an audio button here. It wouldn't read the whole sentence, but you can't have it all. But as you took it from my course, in my course, you will always get the full audio, of course. Yeah, and for vocabulary training, you don't need more than this. It's beautiful. So Readlang is a very smooth tool. Don't get lost in all this stuff here, but you can also use it as an extension of your browser, and it is a wonderful tool to really personalize your learning, which is why I took the idea and adapted it to our needs. As it takes time for you to get from 0 to 95 to 100% understanding, it's important that you stay motivated. And that means you need to work with interesting texts. If you read text made for 2-year-olds, yeah, do dada, then very likely your intellect might get bored. You might still get a little thrill out of it if you understand a single word, like schnulli, pacifier, but it's too little outcome for too much input. So see that you work with stuff that you are actually interested in and keep it real, bitte, yeah, because there's stuff that you are not ready for yet. But I think you learn that fast. It needs to be comprehensible over time. So there needs to be at least a certain amount of information in that text that you get. If you read a text that you completely don't get and have to look up every word to make sense, this is not a text to start with. Very simple. You need to experience progress, as I said. Every time you come back to the text or you keep reading, let's say, a story, and you see, oh, gradually I'm getting more and more of the story, because of course you also know more of the story and the characters. That also helps. You have more context. That's very important. If you feel you read every page like it's the first one, it's the wrong text. And you need intelligent exercises. The words you learn, you need to remember. So memorize takes care of that to an extent. It can get boring after a while because it's basically vocab training. It's very monotonous. You really have to distribute it all over the day. At least I have to do that, and I recommend you do the same out of didactical reasons. But ideally, you work with the text on many, many levels. Yeah, because that way you have access to the words from every angle possible. And of course, that's what we do at Smarter German. The most important thing in language learning is mindset. People might say motivation, but motivation strongly depends on mindset. And what that means, let me explain to you. Or let me talk a little bit about mindset. What that means, I think, is pretty clear. We have recently published a course on Smarter German that a friend of mine has created. Stevie, wonderful young man. I'm not sure how young he is, just younger than me. And he's a life coach. And he's working with techniques that help you to look at obstacles. And obstacles is what you will all experience when you pursue the goal of becoming fluent in German, because it's a long process. It takes half a year to get to a certain level, another half a year to get even higher, and maybe 2 years to feel finally at ease with everything if you continuously work with it. Yeah, other people need 5 years. It's fine. It depends on how much time you have every day. So the first thing to make these, let's say, 2 years on average, and I would say bearable and enjoyable even, is that you are clear about the goals. If you are not clear about your goals, you are driving on unknown goals. Yeah, you always have a goal. You just don't know it. So it's actually very helpful to get them out into the open and to look at what am I actually doing here. Some of you might not want to do that. It's a conscious decision not to set goals. Totally accept that, and my respect. You don't have to, but it doesn't mean that clarifying your goals will harm your process. Yeah, so maybe consider that. I also, of course, do that. Encourage you to do so in the course. So the course I'm talking about will help you clarify your goals, and while you do so, you will figure out, okay, what could get in my way. Yeah, you kind of make a little analysis to see, to look at your life. Okay, what is problematic, or what could become problematic at one point? And this is not about scaremongering. It's really about being realistic and say, okay, I have 2 kids, busy job, COVID is raging in my country. Let's expect there is something. I'm worried that I will be able to put in the amount of work that I think I should invest. And this is a mental blockage. Yeah, worry is a very strong blockage that, you know, has its reasons, but maybe you can overcome that or work with it. So what you do then is you dissolve these blockages. You don't dissolve COVID by doing the course, but you will dissolve the worry, or you will actually learn to handle worry so that it is not an obstacle anymore. And once you've done that, you're ready to actually look at your mindset. And the mindset is basically a strong belief that you cannot fail. I actually want to say you cannot feel, but I hope you feel a lot. You cannot fail. It sounds unrealistic, right? Who cannot fail? But this is not about being Superman, yeah, or Superwoman. This is really about, my mindset is, no, if I do this and that, I cannot fail. And that's, of course, not done once and then you're off for success. Otherwise, I think there would be way more successful people in the world. And I don't think that everybody who's successful necessarily does that. But once you are in that mindset, you execute your plan, yeah, your goals, you go towards them, and you adjust it whenever it's needed. Because you will always have to adapt your plans to reality. Reality wouldn't budge or bulge to your plans. You need to adapt to that. And it is constant work, and it requires a strategy and techniques that support you on that path. And that's why it's so important to pay attention to your mindset and maintain it. And this course is a gift. I'm so happy I met Stevie and he created this for us, that I offer it to you for half the price if you are a smarter German learner, because I waive my share. I don't care. I don't want to make money with it. I want you to finish my course. And this training will actually make sure that this happens. So with anything you do with Smarter German, whether it's my language courses or that course, you get a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. That means if within the first 30 days you feel this is not for me, I made a mistake, reach out to me, ask for your money back. Ideally, if you struggle with something, just reach out to me. I can help you with anything learning related, course related, anything. If you have to get your money back because your life goes in a completely different direction, then there's nothing I can do other than giving you your money back. Yeah, and I'll do so instantly, unless I'm knocked out. Yeah. So with anything you do in Smarter German, there is absolutely no risk. You can try everything, and I'm always here to help you get on board. That's my promise to you, because that's what I would like to see. So if you take a picture of this, you get to the first lesson of my everyday German course, which covers 3 levels, A1, A2, B1. And there you can just experience how Smarter German works. And I'm constantly optimizing that course, making it more comprehensible and digestible, while even increasing the quality of the outcome. Yeah, because it's just my hobby. It's what I do with passion. So I'm through the presentation. Thank you for staying. Hopefully, I'll check in a second. If you have any questions, let me know. and we can take it from here.